Watch Wrestling POB Podcast.
Well, here's your headline.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Wrestling POV. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with the Iceman JoJo.
What's up, everybody out there in the wrestling world?
And the third wheel, Rick Serrano III.
Hey, people.
And, of course, our intern, Miguel Cole.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Awesome. I'm doing good. We're all feeling good. We got some wrestling to talk about, so let's get on with it with the news from around the world. Take it away, Rick.
All right, and we're going to start that off with some birthdays. Devon Dudley turns 44 years old.
44, huh?
44. That's shocking to me.
That is. I don't know how.
Those scars on his head make him at least 55.
That's cool.
They started out young, too.
Yeah, they did. They did. Wow, 44.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And then we got Kazarian. He turns 39 years old, currently with Ring of Honor.
Oh,
Kazarian? How old is he?
39.
that's a name I haven't heard in a long.
Yeah. Huh.
And
Interesting.
speaking of names we haven't heard in a long time, Yoshi Tatsu turns 39 years old.
Wow.
Yes, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, he's currently with New Japan right now,
Yeah.
but 39 just seems really old for him. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, no,
he
you're
was
right.
really young.
Yeah. Huh. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, and I think the most important birthday of the week, and our last one, the Iceman Joe Sr. turns 82 years young today. Happy birthday,
Dang.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday. 82?
82.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that sound is ready for the wrestling news from around the world, and let's get into it.
That's it.
Rhino was recently successful in his bid to win the primary to become Michigan State Representative of the 15th District.
Yay.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
No. I don't, honestly, I'm going to be straight up with you. Okay? I'm not too thrilled about Rhino right now. I don't know why. I used to be. Don't get me wrong. I used to be back in the day. I really used to, I digged Rhino. I thought it was a good wrestler. Now it's like, what are you doing here? It's like, having a barbecue and having somebody come over that wasn't invited.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you doing here? That's all. I mean, I don't know.
Imagine how the politicians in Michigan must be like, what are you doing here?
There's a lot of fighting.
The wrestling world
Probably
is
scared of him, that's why.
And he says, after signing with SmackDown Live, that he wants to use wrestling to motivate and inspire people. He says that the wrestling is going to inspire young kids and older men. And it's just like, no.
No.
No way, Rhino.
Yeah. Damn,
Unless
is
you want to
right.
come on the show, Rhino, then we'll welcome
Then we'll change our mind, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of old people, Ric Flair says he regrets signing with TNA after his WWE retirement. He says
I heard about that.
there is nothing like the WWE,
I did hear about that.
and you would do anything for money. And he's like, going to TNA, they gave him a lot of money. It wasn't WWE money,
Right.
but to work 65 days out of the year and get paid as much as he got paid, he said that's why he took it. But imagine if Ric Flair didn't go to TNA, we'd never get that promo with Jay Lethal.
That's true. That is true. You texted me about that to see if I saw that. Did you see that?
I saw that a while
That was
ago.
hysterical.
That
man.
was.
That was
Jay
real
Lethal was
funny.
incredible.
He sounded just like him.
He did.
Now, how old is Jay Lethal?
I would say early 30s.
Is he
I would say like mid-30s.
mid
I'll
30s?
look it up and I'll find out.
Yeah. Find out because I mean I don't know what's stopping him from going to WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's due. Out of all people in Ring of Honor, he's due.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
He would kill it.
Oh God, yeah. So
Next bit of news. Wait a second. This is in my handwriting. Miguel, were you writing in my notes again? Hey, Mr. Rick, it's very important news. Why don't you just say it? All right, fine. Ryback is
God.
officially done with the WWE.
yay.
He has a new website, feedmemore.com, and it launches August 8th on Monday. He has Feed Me More clothing line. He has Wake Up! It's Feeding Time, the motivational book. It's coming out soon. And he has Feed Me More, nutrition, sports, supplements. And he will also be wrestling a full schedule, and he's looking for bookings. And if you want to book the big guy, go to Book the Big Guy at yahoo.com.
I just saw that video about half an hour.
Really? I
just saw the video.
This happened today?
Yeah. I don't know if it
Today
happened.
he released it.
Yeah. It was like he was driving in his car and he was saying all this stuff.
Oh boy. Well, hey, good luck to you, I guess. I mean, I'm not a big fan, but hey, I know Miguel. I mean, did Miguel try to contact him?
Well, I'm gonna tell. Well, Miguel, you should contact him. Maybe we can get him on the show. Do something productive, Mr. Rick. I'm already on it. I already sent him 10 emails. All right. And my last bit of news. We had the wedding of Rusev and Lana last week.
Yep.
But we just had another wedding.
What?
The
Yeah.
WWE Women's Champ Sasha Banks got married.
Sasha Banks?
Yeah.
Sasha Banks got married to
Yep.
WWE seamstress and costume designer Sarah Tone. He was a former wrestler who wrestled under the name Kid Mikaze, and he currently designs all of Sasha Banks' gear.
Really?
Really?
I did not know that.
What's his name?
It is Sarah Tone.
Cyrith?
Sarah?
Sarith.
Wow. I thought he said Sarah first.
Sa-
I'm like,
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That was
just-
well kept.
yeah, I just read that too.
Yeah,
You
it was
know?
definitely a big secret.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting. All right, so let's go straight on to the rumors. All right, this is like basically an all women's rumor. All right, but of course, this one I dread the most. So I'm going to talk about it first, and then we're going to leave it at that because I'm like totally disgusted right now. All right, oh my Lord, should I really even talk about this? All right, this is the one I dread the most in wrestling POV history. Put it that way. This is going to be on top notch. All right. Now the WWE wants to push Eva Marie. You guys laugh. Don't laugh.
You gotta be kidding me.
Good night, everybody.
That's it. I'm done. No, oh my Lord. I mean, they basically want her to make a statement. That's what they're saying. But there's talks that they will. I don't know. It's supposed to be a new belt in SmackDown, basically. And if you saw what happened this past Tuesday, she didn't even wrestle. We'll talk about that later. But according to what I found out was that it's all a storyline. It wasn't legit. It's all a storyline. Dumb storyline. But the WWE thinks by doing this, it will mean more of a special moment for Becky or Natalya to win it from her, which I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Can we please give the Queen of Red some credit, man?
No. What credit does she deserve?
All right. Don't
None.
give her credit. Let's give her a chance, Tony.
No.
It's a new era.
No.
A new era.
No, and she don't belong in it.
Hey, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
You know what? If this is gonna be a new era, I want to see Apollo Creed. Damn it! I do. I want Apollo Creed this Monday on Raw.
Well, he fought on SmackDown.
I didn't see him. All right, so now next, a former women's champion may have signed with the WWE. Victoria, you guys remember her?
Yes.
Man,
Nasty, yes. Victoria is heavily rumored to return to SmackDown.
Good.
That is
because
awesome.
of the whole women's title thing, and she may be involved. So
That's absolutely amazing if that's true.
I love Victoria. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I want her to
I
come
liked it
back.
when she was a heel.
Oh, she was
When she was doing
amazing.
that Black
like the
Widow
Black
thing.
Widow. Yeah, she was psychotic. That's the Victoria I like. So, like I said, this is all women's rumor this week. So, as far as the women's title for SmackDown, rumor has it that it will not be presented until after SummerSlam. So we're going to have more of this Eva Marie stuff, angle, blah, 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 whatever. No word on what the women's title will be called. SmackDown is also introducing a new tag titles. Also nothing confirmed as to when and what the name of that is going to be. So that's all I got. Let's go on to the injury report with the Iceman. Take it away.
Okay, well, this is more like a rumor and speculation here. Paige was pulled from an upcoming WWE event in Australia and New Zealand. Now, her mom was on social media saying, yeah, it's a legit, she got her, but everybody's speculating that she's either pregnant or she's about to get fired.
By Del Rio?
I don't know. Everybody's saying
boy.
Del Rio is working pretty fast.
A Spanish Brit.
So
Imagine the accent that comes out of that baby.
yeah, she was supposed to team with Sasha Banks to get Charlotte and Dana Brooks, but she got pulled, and that's that.
All right.
Well, we'll have to hear more about that in the rumors. The other injury on SmackDown this Tuesday, Bray Wyatt supposedly suffered it was actually confirmed by Dave Mitzer that he suffered a sprained ankle, but he's still going to be he's still promoted to wrestle this weekend, so it doesn't look like it's an actual bad injury. So
Good.
Yeah, it looked bad. There was a schoolboy attempt. We need to ban the damn schoolboy. I mean, if you're gonna break ankles,
Let's get a
trying to do
petition.
Schoolboy,
Yeah.
get rid of it, man.
Yep.
He was pissed. Like,
He was.
Wyatt was pounding the mat. Like,
He was.
no, not again.
Yeah.
But thank goodness he overcame that injury.
That's true. Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I saw that, but yeah, we'll talk about that more later on. Is that all you got for the injury?
that's it for injuries.
All righty. Now it is time for the Iceman JoJo's Brain Freeze Factoid Trivia.
Okay,
Take it away.
First thing, we got to give a shout out to Ryan Lerman from Coral Springs, Florida. He actually got the correct answer on who was the puppet that George Animal Steel brought to the ring. Who
He
was his
answered
name?
it on Twitter, right?
Yeah, he actually answered on Twitter. That was the first.
Wow, our Twitter is growing. Yay!
Yeah, that's right. So he actually got the right answer, which
Hey, that's not
was
not
was
Go ahead.
mine.
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 Yes.
Mine.
Yes.
Yes. So
I should have knew that. I should have known that too, because that's what I was thinking of. And I was like, wait a minute. No.
Yeah.
But
you used to say it over and over.
yeah, all the time. It's like, dude, really?
All right, so you guys ready for the new Brain Freeze?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Okay. Remember Tuesday Night Titans?
Yes.
Remember that show?
Man.
Rick's already shaking his head.
When Lord Alfred Hayes? Right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So, on the final episode of Tuesday Night Titans in 1988, Hulk Hogan introduced Vince McMahon and Alfred Hayes to a new health product. What was it called?
All right. First of all, Joe, I just want to put this out there. I was born in 1987. So the 1-year-old Rick would have to say the Hulk Hogan muscle milk.
Hulk Hogan.
That's kind of close, but no. What do you got, Tony?
That's what you got, Rick. All right. What was it? Read the question one more time.
Okay, on the final episode of Tuesday Night Titans in 1988, Hulk Hogan introduced Vince McMahon and Alfred Hayes to a new health product. What was it called?
What is it? The ice cream bars?
That's healthy.
Right? No? That's not it?
No. right, so
That's
it's like
not funny.
these guys got their brain froze here. So if you guys know the right answer to this question, give us a shout out on our Facebook page at Wrestling POV, or you can go on our Instagram at Wrestling POV1, or like last week's winner, go on to our Twitter account at Wrestling POV.
That's right. And don't forget, our UK listeners, please get involved.
Yeah,
Get involved, man.
I would love to hear somebody from
That
the
would
UK.
be awesome. I want to hear from everybody in the UK. Miguel wants to hear. He wants to learn a new language from what he said. I don't know what he meant by that, but
Oh yes, I can't wait. I would love to speak the language of the people from the UK. I mean, I hear it sounds really beautiful. I mean, I don't know, but I want to hear from you.
our very own Joanne Randalls, of course, is from the UK, and we will give a nice shout out to her to say hi. But yeah, absolutely. Everybody from the UK, get involved. If you know the question, visit our Facebook page at Wrestling POV Podcast. Visit us on Twitter at Wrestling POV, and look us up on Instagram at Wrestling POV1. We're going to go on a commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to discuss Raw. We'll be right back.
Cavalry Contracting is locally owned family business that takes pride in working on a higher standard, specializing in kitchen and bathroom remodeling. Check us out before you plan your next home or office project. For more information about our services, log on to CavalryService.com. You can also like us on Facebook at Cavalry Contracting. Give us a call at 518-669-6583. That's 518-669-6583. How can we serve you?
Hi fans, this is Adrian Strait and you're listening to POD Podcast.
And we're back. Right into Raw Notes. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So, the opening, we opened up with Raw with Sasha Banks. She comes out, cuts a promo, and then Charlotte comes out. Did she talk at all? I don't remember.
Yeah, she came out by herself, and she basically went on to say she doesn't need her dad, she doesn't need Dana Brooke, that Sasha Banks is a one-night stand, and Sasha Banks came back and she clapped her in the mouth and she said, "You are probably the product of a one-night stand."
Yeah. Damn, exactly. Damn is right. I'm a little late, so I'm not gonna. So, but then after that, Jericho comes out. That was interesting to me. A little off,
Yeah.
but it was interesting nonetheless. So, didn't know where they were going to go with it at first, but I was like, hey, whatever. Now, I don't know how you guys feel, but I've been on the Jericho bandwagon lately.
Yes.
Is he getting funny or what?
He is. I always like Jericho, man.
I don't like him as a babyface. I think that's what it is.
No.
As a heel, man, he knows how to piss people off.
He does. Like we saw in Glens Falls there, I mean, he really gets under the people's skin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's what he's famous for,
And I tell you, listen, he talked about this one time, a long time ago, about how he knew how to play a bad guy so well that people really hated his guts, that they went after him a few times after shows and stuff. Yeah. He talked about that somebody tried to even stab him. I'm like, jeez.
Well, that's like back in the 80s,
Yeah.
Fact is, like, Rowdy Piper and those guys,
Yeah.
they would have to get security to walk him out of the building.
Well,
Because,
I tell you, in Puerto Rico, they take it serious. They still take it serious. Hey, it's still real to them.
like
I'm
my
serious.
dad.
It's still real to them. I mean, they would throw cups of piss at you.
Mr. Tony, what are you talking about? Real? Wrestling is real.
Yes, it is, Miguel.
Yeah, yes,
Oh,
it
okay.
is.
Go back.
I thought you were implying something else.
No. It's just it's a quote. All right, so back to Raw. So then Enzo comes out.
Yeah,
What do you guys think of
was
that? I mean, really, you were shocked by that?
Yeah.
I mean, I was shocked more the fact that he was by himself,
Yeah.
other than Enzo, because I know Rick's a big Enzo fan.
Yes.
But not too much of the Big Cat.
No, I hate Big Cat.
Really?
I hate him.
All right, so what if they win the tag belts? You can't hate half of them.
I hate half of the tag team champions. But what was awesome about that segment there was when Enzo and Sasha started building up the crowd.
Yeah.
And Charlotte tried to interject, and Jericho grabbed Charlotte as to say, they got something here.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the genius behind Jericho,
Oh,
man.
of course, yeah. Maybe that's why they put him in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Jericho is one of the legends that not needs to be in there. He doesn't need to wrestle anymore. He doesn't have to, but he does it to help. And that's a good point that you brought up, Rick, because he does stuff like that to help, build character to some of these wrestlers now, and that might help Charlotte along the way. Yeah. But back to the promo though, you didn't think that was long?
It
Oh,
was.
it was very long.
Yeah.
The whole how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? And that was a little bit,
I think, what did it go, about 20 minutes or so, I think?
Yeah, it was like.
Was it really that much?
Yeah.
That long? Really? But obviously this was going to set up for a match. Enzo and Sasha versus Charlotte and Jericho. I mean, straight into the match now. I mean, it was a good match. Dangerous freaking dive by Sasha again. What the heck is she doing?
She's gonna fold in half.
And Enzo too.
Double
Yeah.
dive, you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Holy cow, man! It's like she's gonna end up like Lita.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm being serious. She's gonna end up like Lita because that's how Lita got hurt.
Yep.
Because she did a dive like that.
You know what, though? It's like, you don't see too many women doing that, but you see all the men doing that.
That is true.
Ambrose, Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
you see Enzo.
But when you see Dean do it, he does it differently.
Yeah.
He like goes up. Like when he dives through, then he shoots up real quick.
Yeah.
Like he's scared or something.
I mean, he's just doing a suicide dive through the ropes. I mean,
Yeah.
what's there to be scared about?
All right, now the problem I have with this match. I mean, the winner was Charlotte and Jericho. The big problem I have. Let me find out what you guys think first. What do you think my problem is with this? With the winners being Charlotte and Jericho. And I'm a huge Charlotte fan, Rick and Joe. You guys know I am a huge Charlotte fan, and I am jumping on the Jericho bandwagon. But why do you guys think that I am upset at this win?
Sasha Banks got pinned.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She just won the damn belt.
Yep.
Why is she getting pinned?
And Charlotte just said she doesn't need Dana Brooke, and Dana Brooke caused the distraction that led to the natural selection victory.
But at the same time, that's what a heel does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a good thing that she said that. But that's what a heel does. But I just don't like the fact that Sasha got pinned. It's like, let alone the house shows aside. Okay, let's just say house shows didn't exist. It was just Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and the pay-per-views. Okay, now technically, okay, Sasha just won that match or won the belt last Monday on Raw or the following Monday. Okay, her first time in the ring, she gets pinned. That's how I see. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it as house shows aside. I know house shows exist. But you know what I'm saying. That's the problem.
You gotta stay dominant on TV.
Yeah.
And then I was really disappointed in Enzo. Like, this is your opportunity to have a big rivalry built up, and he couldn't even hang with Jericho.
No.
And Jericho was trying.
Yeah.
And he was throwing these crazy right hooks, and they weren't even landing on Jericho's chest. And it was just and Jericho kept trying to sell it, but it was not working.
That's
really
your
disappointed.
boy.
Shocked that Kevin Owens was on commentary. And then Big Cass, of course, comes for the big save. Big Cass. And that was it.
That was it. So, all right. So then after that, there was a quick promo by Mark Henry. You know what? I'm going to save my comments till after, till that match. He basically wanted a match against Rusev. So they granted him that match, which is later on in the show. So, but like I said, I'm going to hold off my comments until that part of it. But then you got Braun Strowman versus another job. Did anybody catch his name? I didn't catch his name.
I forgot.
Evan Anderhold.
Is he an indie wrestler? I'm assuming. I hope so. Jeez.
Either that or the fry cook at White Castle.
He doesn't look like.
Oh my god!
He's about $1.05.
Yeah, and then on top of that, he's like, "Well, they paid me $1,000, and if I beat Braun Strowman, they're gonna pay me $5,000." And the look on his face is like, "Seriously?
Come on,
man." Jeez. Anyway,
I don't know, Tony, I gotta ask you that question.
wow.
Would you get in there for $1,000 against Strowman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would. Too.
Yeah, for $1,000.
I'll let him beat me up for 30 seconds.
Very quick match. Good segue, Joe. Very quick match. It was done and over with. Now I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna lie. Now, I'm digging Braun Strowman.
Yes.
I'm digging the fact too that they're putting him in these squash matches.
Yeah.
I'm digging that. I really am. So keep building him up. That's all I gotta say.
They need to build him.
And they need to build him up. And you know what it's reminding me of? The old school days, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When they would bring somebody in, but they would put him against a jobber or whatever. And then the interviews on the side, I'm liking that.
Yeah.
I'm liking Raw. I'm really starting to like Raw now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good thing. I like how they're doing that. So Braun Strowman defeats a jobber. All right, so now it is R-Truth and Goldust. Oh boy, the Golden Truth versus the Shining Stars. Rick's favorite tag team.
Of Puerto Rico.
You gotta roll the R's. So I don't know about this match. I mean, what the hell? But you know what? The Shining Stars got their first victory.
Technically, their second victory.
Second?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was the first one?
They
When they
won
first
it-
debuted.
Yeah, they won in their
sorry.
debut.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. That's hysterical.
That's how long ago it was.
I know, right? Jeez. A debut of 3 months. All right, so then there was a Finn Balor interview. Seth came out, of course. It was a good promo by Seth. Finn still looks a little nervous, though.
Yeah.
No, I was saying the same thing. Why have Balor do an interview live on Raw instead
Yeah.
of having him fight? Have him have a quick match with somebody. Don't put him in a predicament in which he's not ready for. He was never really good on the mic.
Yeah, or even pre-recorded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They used to do that back in the day. They used to pre-record it. Now they're just like, here's a mic, go out and do it. You know, you can tell he's still nervous.
Yeah, I saw that in his face.
Yeah. Oh
his
God.
actions,
Yeah. You know, and you look at Seth. I mean, it was a good promo though. I did dug that pro. I like how they did that though.
Yeah,
You know,
it was
Seth.
good.
Of course, I'm not going to say he's the master at the mic. You know, because there's only one right now, in my opinion. That's Bray Wyatt. But you know, you look at Seth. He knows how to work that crowd. He makes you want to hate him.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing of it is, he knows that he gets cheered. You know what I'm saying? And he soaks that in, and then he throws it right back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's really good when it comes to that. I'm looking forward to this match, to be honest.
I am.
You
It's one of
know,
the matches I'm
absolutely.
really looking forward to.
hell yeah. So, all right. So then, it is the Mark Henry versus Rusev. Is this like a last run for Mark? I mean, is it really a last run for him?
I don't know, but I was kind of digging this because you finally have Russo up against somebody that's not 150 pounds.
That's true.
You know, so it was a big man against big man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had an inclination that Rusev was going to probably win, but you know, it was power against power, and it wasn't. You know, he wasn't getting there with some high flyer, so it was different.
Yeah. But I mean, this match was there was a lot of. This was a powerhouse type match,
Yeah.
which I dug. I did like this match. I don't like the fact that here's Mark Henry, he's becoming a legend now. They're using him like that. I mean, I thought this was going to be a good run for him. You know, I mean, for the slightest thing, I thought, you know what, Mark Henry might win this. And then as the match was going on, I was like, he ain't going to win it. I knew right away, he ain't going to win it. And then, you know what, we're not going to see Mark Henry probably for like another month.
Yeah. And then the best part of this match was when it ended.
Yes.
And Rusev grabs the mic and he basically says that the Olympics are rigged
Yeah.
for the United States to win, that Bulgaria and Russia always get screwed.
Yep.
And me and my cousin were watching this, and I'm on the edge of my seat.
I know.
I'm
thinking the
waiting
same
to
thing.
hear
Me too.
The horns.
K.A. Kurt Angle. Wouldn't that have been the perfect time?
That's what I was thinking.
Perfect. And what do we get?
We get Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. However, Roman Reigns looked like a bad mamma jamma, and I really, really dug it. he gets in the ring. Him and Rusev square up face to face. Rusev pops him a couple of times. Reigns gets him the lariat, gives him the Superman punch. In my head, I am begging. I am saying, please, Roman, do not smile. Do not smile. And he be this guy. Don't be the guy. Don't be a good guy or bad guy. Be this guy. And I will support you 100%. I'm excited about this match.
Now, did you guys notice, too, he did get a pop?
I was just about to say that. He got some pops, but he got some booze in there, too. But
I think the pops were more this
yes,
time.
more
And
pop.
I think it's because of Rusev.
Yeah.
So I think what they really need to do is they need to keep Rusev saying all this crap about the Olympics.
Yeah.
I think. You know what I'm saying? Rusev can do it. He can be a really good top-notch heel. And he can do it to where everybody will hate his ass. And it might help Roman Reigns.
My one thing is, Roman can't smile and he can't support the U.S. Don't do that American thing.
Yeah.
Stick to this. You're just a bad guy that just wants to take people out.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. How do you feel about Roman going after this?
I'm excited.
Do you
about
think it's
it.
a demotion, though?
I
He was
think-
just for the heavyweight title a couple months ago or a month ago. Now he's shot right down to the U.S. I'm not saying that the U.S. isn't an important title. It is. But it's not the world title either.
Well, that's what I think the politics of WWE came in because they knew, they were not going to make Roman the top guy anymore. So they put him up against Rusev because they still want him to be a top guy, but not so much as the heavyweight championship.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, like, a lot of people said that Roman's just a mid-carder. I don't see Roman as a mid-card guy, I mean, the title itself, too, it's not mid-card.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's right up there with the IC title. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a good fit for Roman right now.
Absolutely.
Especially to get his character going.
Yep, exactly what I was going to say.
And I want to see change, though. I really do. And if this is going to help Roman change, that's fine. That's great. And if people's going to go behind him, fine and great. But he's got to start get rid of the outfit, brother.
You know what they can do? Rusev could just tear him up and just rip off his stuff, and then you just come out with that.
Yeah.
Just have him like, you know what? Fine, this is who I want to be then. You wanted a monster? Because Rusev can turn people into monsters.
Oh, yeah.
He can get on your nerves. He could beat you down to that point where you're going to, all right, I'm coming 100% now.
Yep.
So I'm actually really excited about this, and I never thought I would say that about a Roman Reigns program.
That is true. That is true. So, all right, so on to Darren Young versus Titus O'Neil. I mean, where are they going with this? Again.
It's going to be a program.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, Titus O'Neil won. By what?
By
Schoolboy!
Titus looked dominant now.
And on top of that, he pulled the trunks.
Yes.
So he cheated.
Yeah.
And
The
Bob
babyface
Backlund-
cheated.
Bob
And
Backlund was upset about it.
he was very upset. But you know what? Oh, well. But then later on in the show, they showed Bob Backlund telling Titus O'Neil off, and then, boom, Darren Young comes in. Now, is Darren Young going to be a heel now? Is that where they're working this?
I think Titus is the heel now, and I think Darren Young is just going to go with this Bob Backlund snapping thing.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Because this is the second time they've done this. And it's like Darren Young being overprotective of Bob Backlund now. It's like, all right, what's going on here? Something you're not telling me. But I don't know. I just hope that'll be a quick program. I mean, you know what? Because honestly, I was digging the fact that they were going to push Darren Young. I was. But
Yep.
now they just messed it all up.
Yep.
They got to scrap it up again. Make Darren Young look great again.
Again.
He wasn't great the first time.
I know. That's what Titus said, too.
All right, so now then you got Nia Jax versus another jobber. You know what? I dig it, though. I dig it. Her promo needs a lot of work, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Holy cow. It's like she does not want to talk in front of that mic. But did you catch the name of the jobber? I know she was a local indie.
Ariel Monroe.
Oh, she had a bit of an attitude, too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
She
did.
got her butt kicked, but she
Now,
did.
I want to throw this out there. I have a little issue with this. So are we supposed to act like Nia Jax and Braun Strowman aren't doing the same program on the same show. It's the same exact thing. Now, what about this? Are they building for a Nia Jax Braun Strowman relationship?
I can't see that happening.
That'd be interesting.
But you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they're just both doing the same program.
That's true. Yeah, no, I can't see it. But nonetheless, though, Nia Jax has to work on her promo, though. It was just horrible.
You catch Michael Cole and he's like, Nia Jax was absolutely dominating in this. I'm like, you think?
What else is she supposed to be?
I know.
You know? I mean, God, you freaking slaughtered that poor girl. But that's all right, though. That's a good way to build her up.
Yeah.
Really good way to build her up. So now you got New Day versus Gallows and Anderson. This was a quick match.
It was very quick.
Very quick.
With
you know?
Xavier being banned from
Yeah. And then another problem that I have. They lost. I mean, New Day won. You know, Gallows at the club lost.
Via what?
And how did they win? I was just going to say that.
Schoolboy. You know? And I'm just, you know. That's how I feel. No. You know, granted, they beat their butts in after the match, but why?
Well, that's something that was interesting that they beat Big E down to a pulp. Like,
Yeah.
They gave him 2 boots of doom. They crotched him in the corner,
Yeah.
and it looks like maybe he'll be out. I'm thinking maybe they're gonna have Kofi and Xavier now gonna defend the titles at SummerSlam, perhaps.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like this is like their second loss in a row, isn't it? For the club. This
But
is the second time
why is the club going for the titles to begin with? I'm sorry, they haven't won anything.
You know, I agree with you.
I mean, but apparently you just go up to the people and say, "Hey, I think I deserve a title."
Exactly.
And Mark Henry gets a title shot.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Unreal.
And then even our next match, Cesaro
Yeah.
and Sheamus.
Yeah.
They go back and complain to McFoley and Stephanie.
Yeah.
And, all right, whoever wins gets a future title shot.
Yeah.
What
But
title?
it's for the U.S.
Yeah, what title?
I'm guessing it's for the U.S.
But Roman Reigns just had a
exactly,
match.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know
What's
what's
going
going
on?
Confused.
It was a little confusing. It's weird. So now they get into a match, Sheamus and Cesaro. Cesaro wins. That's it. That's how I think of it.
Cesaro reverses the Irish curse backbreaker into the neutralizer. That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
That was
I
cool.
still didn't like the match.
Yeah, no. Listen, you know what it is? It's just the same thing every week from
Yeah.
Cesaro now, man.
But yeah, exactly. It's like he wins or lose. Wins or lose. 50-50. That's all it is. 50-50. So anyway, so Heath Slater comes out. He comes out with Jinder Mahal. I was right. I was right. You only hear it here at Wrestling POV. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. You want more good rumors and good stuff? You listen to our show. Listen to it. So anyway, so Mick Foley comes out and he says, he offers a contract and, they're like, no, I'm not going to fight my buddy. And then, of course, you see Jinder in the back getting ready, kicks him in the face, knocks Heath Slater out, pins him. So now Jinder's with Raw.
Oh, poor Heath Slater.
Gets the contract. Yeah, poor Heath Slater. But there was more that happened to him at SmackDown that we'll talk about in just a minute.
Yep.
All right, so now we got Seth versus Sami Zayn. This was a good match. Don't know why they did this, though.
But
Why?
before we get into that, there was a backstage segment with Y2J that was absolutely hysterical.
That was funny.
What?
And he says he was trying to talk about a partner to help him.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God,
Right,
yes.
it's-
How did I skip that?
Did you guys
To
get his
fight against
name?
Big Cass and Enzo. What was the name?
Jim Marvin Louder?
Something like
Jim
that.
Marvin Louder, he goes.
Yeah, Jim Marvin.
Jim Marvin Louder.
Jiminin.
Jiminin. He
And
kept
then
saying,
like trying to figure out who that is. And then the best part, Kevin Owens comes out.
Yeah.
And says, "I'll be your partner." And Y2J's like, "Yeah, you stupid idiot." I said Kevin Owens. And it's like it's perfect. I love this tag.
I do
this team
too.
over here.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be great together.
I do too. I really do. So now, Seth and Sammy. Now, this was a good match. It wasn't nothing too special to me, though. It really wasn't. I wanted this match to be something special, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was just a filler, in my opinion. I just thought it was a filler. Didn't dig it. It was all right. Winner was Seth. Nothing happened after that.
This is one of those things where you're just like, what are they doing with Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
Like, you know what they should have done? Seth Rollins is already booked for the championship match.
Yep.
You should have let Sami Zayn win via Finn Balor coming out, causing a distraction or something.
Yeah.
Just to give Sami Zayn some momentum into whatever program, because where does he go from here now?
It's true.
Kevin Owens is booked.
And
Jericho is booked.
Yeah.
Who's he fighting? Braun Strowman?
Ooh.
Oh, wait,
That would be good. That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good. I like that. Braun Strowman. Ooh, hell yeah. You know what I want to do? I was thinking about this the other day. You know how they have the Cruiserweight Classic Series? That's fine and good. I want to do something like that. We'll do a tournament. What I want to do is I'll pick 30. Lord, that was loud. I'm going to pick 30. Yeah, that's right. 32. I'll pick 32 wrestlers. Okay? I'm going to do a bracket at all. Okay? And once a week in our show, we'll do round 1, 2, 3, all the way up to the finals. Now, how we'll do it is, let's just say it's Braun Strowman and Sami Zayn. So between us three, it's just a simple vote. Who we would think would win this match, or who would go over in this match. If it gets to a discrepancy to where we can't agree, then we'll leave it up to the fans. And the most votes, that person will advance to the next round. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. I'll try to build something up for next week, and we'll take it from there. I think that would be cool. I wanted to do that. And it's going to involve old school, new school. It's going to be pretty cool. I think it'll be fun. So anyway, now we got the Brock Lesnar promo. All right. I mean, really, I wasn't too thrilled. I really wasn't. And then we get the RKO out of nowhere. End of Raw.
I liked it. I tell you that.
I
did not expect that, and it was out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
I know the cameraman zoomed in on his face a little bit,
but think of it this way, though. All right, it was good. I agree, and I was oh snap, ooh, I was one of them. But at the same time, so much for the brand split.
Yeah, I know.
God, man, not even a week into the brand split? Really? I mean, you saw Steph and Mick Foley coming out. I mean, Mick Foley, he needs to stop running. But he can't run for nothing. Bringing security out like if it is a big deal. So I get it. Yeah, all right, that was cool. But, come on, it was just so quick and soon. I don't know how I felt about this Raw.
I hope that doesn't keep happening.
I don't either.
I don't know. I think we're going to go over it with the Raw versus SmackDown, but Raw did not keep up to what it was last week, so we just got to see how bad SmackDown was.
We shall see. Alrighty, that is Rick Serrano III's Wrestling Joke of the Week. Take it away.
Welcome back to Rick Serrano's Wrestling Joke of the Week. Today's joke is, who is Rhino's political inspiration?
Who?
Gore!
That's a good one. I didn't.
Gore. Oh, gee, now I get
Al Gore.
Yeah, it took me a second.
Al Gore.
Yeah, all right. Good one, Rick.
That was good, Tony.
That was good. All right, I had a blonde moment. No offense to blondes, but
Well, if you wrestling fans out there have wrestling jokes, please send them in to our Facebook page at Wrestling POV Podcast, to our Twitter at Wrestling POV, or our Instagram at Wrestling POV1. Send them in using the hashtag WPOV jokes. I'm looking at you, UK. I'm looking at you, Germany. I would like some jokes, people. Send them on in. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Subscribe to iTunes. And don't forget, Podbean is out there for you Apple non-users.
That's right.
And you know what time it is for, guys?
What is it?
The SmackDown
Breakdown. Let's go. All right, we ready?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So, of course, they show what happened on Raw. It was a little funny, I guess. Shane and now my thing is this now. Now I'm having a little bit of an issue with Stephanie and Shane. All right, you guys are like the owners, I suppose, of the prospective brands. Now you guys picked a commissioner, or what do they call it, general manager?
General manager.
For each brand. All right, so now y'all need to leave. Go away.
Yeah,
Let them do their thing. Them two don't need to be together all the time. All right, that's my rant. So, that's not funny. So now, this case, it was a bit funny. When it looked like they were going to discipline Randy, and then then Shane comes out of nowhere and says, "Oh, but that was funny." So anyway, that was that. That was quick and easy and done. All right, so then the Miz comes out. And actually, before that, did you hear? Well, I mentioned it earlier how Daniel Bryan said Apollo Creed.
We're gonna have Baron Corbin versus Apollo Creed versus Kalisto for the #1 contendership for the IC title. Now, I was staring dead at him to see if he was gonna laugh or anything, but he actually kept it straight faced. Because if someone would have told me that I'm going to be fighting Apollo Creed, I would have busted out laughing. Daniel Bryan is manager business, man.
See, that's what happens on live TV, man. You got to be perfect.
That was way too funny.
Was Rocky in there, too?
Yo, Adrian.
Yo, bite it.
You're going to have Mickey come out, Apollo Creed's corner or something. You're going to need thunder and crab lightning.
All right, so then it was how many of them? I forgot. I lost track.
Three.
There was 3 of them.
Corbin, Kalisto,
Corbin,
Apollo Crews.
All right, so that's later on in the show. So Dean comes out. He cuts a promo. Tells Dolph to come out. Dolph comes out. I mean, it wasn't a bad promo, I guess, but Dean leaves, and then Dolph gets attacked by Bray and challenges Bray for the #1 contender spot. Rick, these are your 2 favorite wrestlers of all time, next to Bret Hart. I forgot about him. But how do you feel about this? I thought of you the minute I saw this happen. Like, this is 2 Rick's favorite team right here. 2 favorite guys. You must be going crazy.
I was absolutely going crazy because I was like, damn it. I want Bray to win so bad.
Exactly.
And it was just, and you know what? We're going to get into the match, but it was just one of those things where you just didn't know who would win. Because, you can see Dolph Ziggler losing and then just starting this whole program with, you know what, I was there and I'm going to get back up there kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was, oh man, I was really into it. The thing that bothered me though about the promo was Dean Ambrose trying to come off as heelish, trying to come off like he didn't care. Yep. Dolph Ziggler, he gave his whole heart into that thing. And
he did.
Dean, but Dolph Ziggler and Bray Wyatt, I was really excited about that.
I was too. And I was, but for a whole totally different reason. All right, so now that match is happening later on in the show for the #1 spot. So now we get the triple threat. It's Kalisto, Apollo Creed, and Baron Corbin for the #1. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying Apollo Creed. It's for the #1 spot for the IC title. It was a decent match. Nothing too great, though. I mean,
no finishers.
None.
No power moves.
None. But Baron Corbin did look like a beast.
Yeah, he did at the end, too.
Yeah, and at the end, yeah.
I love that end of days.
So do I.
That's a great move.
That is an awesome move.
Like, how did Apollo Crews win this match?
Yeah, it's... are you keeping count?
Schoolboy!
Are you keeping count?
Yes.
All right.
So the new era already has 3 schoolboys.
3 schoolboys, yeah. And then the Miz jumps Apollo. Then Baron Corbin gives the end of days to Miz. Good pop, by the way.
It was.
He had a good pop. So
it was a melee. I mean, why wasn't that in the match though?
Exactly.
Like Corbin takes out Kalisto. Miz hits the Skull Crusher finale on Cruz, and then Corbin's end of days on Miz. It's just like the way he does it is just so
Yeah.
I don't. It's perfect.
It is. It's flawless.
I
Very
like how he did
flawless.
it too.
Yeah.
He was
But now
standing
let me
behind
ask you guys something, because you mentioned how Sami Zayn, you don't know where he's going. I feel the same way with Baron Corbin.
Yeah, me too.
He's in this match. I thought honestly, I thought he was going to win it.
I did
thought he was gonna
too.
win too.
You know, that would have been a good match. You know, I would have been all over that match. Miz and Baron Corbin, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know?
I like Baron Corbin more than Paul.
So do
Creed.
I. I mean, I do too. You know, Apollo just smiles too much for me.
Yeah.
You know,
he's got-
too much
yeah.
smiling. Stop.
And we talked about that a long time ago.
Yeah. And my thing is that it's like what you said about Sami Zayn. Now, where's Baron Corbin gonna go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I hope they do something, because when is SummerSlam? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Oh my God, they got 2 weeks. All right, so can I skip the next one?
So Becky Lynch versus Eva Marie. Eva comes out to her great entrance, which I love.
All right. Speaking of that entrance, did you guys catch anything on that entrance? What they said?
Yeah. They messed up.
Yeah, the Diva Search winner.
Yeah,
that one.
2013.
Yeah, she was no Diva winner.
The last diva they had with search was in 2007. It was won by Eva Torres.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's like, what? I sat down. I'm like, no, that ain't right.
Oh my God.
It was done in private.
Jesus. Sorry. That's
All
scary.
we are saying is give her a chance.
No, give Eva a chance. Sorry.
She jumps off the turnbuckle and she hurts her leg.
Yeah.
And they cancel the match.
Yep.
That was lame.
That was
SmackDown is not off to a good start.
No, it's not. And let me tell you, just like I said in the rumors, apparently it's a storyline. Come on. Apparently. Oh boy.
Now, this next thing. Now, you said how you like the interviews after matches and everything. What do you think about the setup with Renee Young?
No, I don't like that.
That looks so bad, right?
It looks terrible. Looks terrible. Even her man was on that show, and he goes, "I don't like sitting down. I don't like sitting down."
So yeah, Renee Young is with Carmella,
Yeah.
and Natalia interrupts, and they basically are challenging each other.
Man, apparently. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't. I like how Raw does it,
Yeah.
but they do it
Backstage.
completely. Yeah. No. I'm talking like in the ring or
Right,
outside
in
the
the
ring.
ring.
You know what I'm saying? That's good. That's fine. I love that, because that just takes me back. You know what I'm saying? Back to the old days. But this thing, I don't know. Where is that?
No one knows.
It's like somewhere
It's like the moon.
in the bleacher section.
Like I'm looking at the corner of the TV. I'm like, where's this coming from, man?
It looks like it's green screen.
Is it?
Honestly.
Yeah. Oh man.
Or
Oh, boy.
from a galaxy far, far away.
Oh my God. But you're right. You know what? That promo, terrible. It was bad. Just bad. All right. So now the debut of American Alphas versus Vaudevillains. Good match. Big hype. Winners was the American Alpha. Now, again. Now you look at the. I know, Joe, you don't like the Vaudevillains, but they
I
were.
know what? I'm starting to.
Now, you know what? Now I'm gonna rant here for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna rant because they're destroying these tag teams,
Yes.
and I'm getting pissed off.
Yeah.
All right, the Ascension. Come on, you can't not tell me that they would have been a really good tag team.
Yes.
They buried them in NXT. Those guys were so dominant. They were so evil looking. They come to the main roster, they get squashed. The Vaudevillains, they were a big hype in NXT, and you guys know that. They were really big in NXT. They come to the main roster, they got squashed. You know what I'm saying? American Alpha, I don't know. Their first match, they won. It's great. They got a lot of hype in there. But they got to stop destroying these tag teams. They really do. They son of a, but you know what I'm saying? They really do. I'm really getting the Ascension. Those were out of all the tag teams, the Ascension was the one I wanted to see dominate the tag team division, and they could have, and they buried them. They destroyed them. End of rant.
I don't know. I'm not too high on these new guys though.
American Alpha?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like the match they had with
No,
in NXT?
I didn't really watch him that much in NXT.
No.
You know, I just
No, what was that pay-per-view?
No, with the
Revival.
Revival. Yeah.
You didn't
was
like
a great
that match?
which one? No, I don't know if I saw that one or not. I can't remember, but
There's a fire.
There's a fire.
you know, they were comparing him to the early Steiners, and
American Alpha?
yeah, when they first came out,
Or Shelton Benjamin and what was the other guy's name?
they're
Charlie
not.
Haas.
Charlie Haas, yeah.
Yeah, the early Steiners and you know Shelton Benjamin, they're not at that level. I don't think they ever will be. You know, they have a couple drop kicks and
Yeah.
you know. It's
Now, the thing with American Alpha, the crowd was dead in the very beginning of the match.
Yeah.
The crowd didn't get into this
Yeah.
until mid-match.
But, yeah.
What's with all the screaming? They sound like wild Samoans.
Yeah, I didn't. That's one other thing.
I'm like, what the hell? I don't remember this on NXT.
Yeah, I just think they were overhyped. That's all.
I think they
Yeah.
start eating raw chicken and stuff. I'm like, what's going on? I mean, it was alright. I mean, the Villains got squashed. Why couldn't they get two guys from White Castle or Burger King to fight them?
Jesus, Rick.
Jesus Christmas, man. I mean, the Villains are manly men, and they got destroyed.
Yeah, they did.
But
They did.
American Alpha looked good in doing so.
So, well, we'll see where they go with it, too. You know, if they do decide to do the whole tag team division, you know they're going to be involved. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so then we got the AJ Styles versus John Cena promo. I don't know.
14 minutes and 36
That
seconds.
was long. That was long.
And it was a typical John Cena promo because
Yeah.
John Cena's out there hyping up the crowd and I'm out here for the people, blah blah blah.
Now, AJ did get better in his promo.
Yeah, you know, and
He did.
He got better as it progressed.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, he's like stumbling and bumbling all of his words. But he got into it at the end.
Yeah, that's true. No, but he did do good. But you're right. It was just way too long.
Yeah.
Way too long. And I really hope that this feud ends at SummerSlam. You know, AJ's got to. He's got to get back in that title shot, man. He does. And I would love to see AJ versus Dean. You know.
I honestly prefer AJ in the ice.
Really? No.
Yeah, I think I would love for him to have that prestigious title before he gets a heavyweight title.
Well, you might be right. I want to see him in the heavyweight title, though.
Yeah, me
Of
too.
course, you know,
That's right.
But
Yeah.
AJ got to put in his work. I mean,
True.
first of all, John Cena, I'm out here out of love.
Yeah, he's full of crap.
Love.
He's full of crap.
It's like a typical thing he always says.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it for the fans and not, you know, come on.
It's true. It's true. It's ridiculous. Now, the next thing I have a problem. Randy versus Fandango. You guys, you heard me say I'm really digging Fandango and Tyler Breeze as a team. And then they put him with Randy Orton. Kind of, isn't that like, you know what? You guys ain't that great. That's how I took it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And why you put him in a singles match now?
Yeah, exactly. What's going on?
Because on the Battleground, on the highlight reel, Randy Orton said that when he came back, he was going to fight Brock Lesnar, unlike Jericho, who when he came back, he fought Fandango. And Fandango
But
took
they
offense to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the thing is
alright.
with that, though, it's just like, I mean, I get it. At least Fandango didn't lose. Well, he lost
But-
via disqualification, but he didn't get pinned at least.
True. True.
So,
All right. Well, you answered my question. So with all that going on, Brock shows up. Similar situation on Raw, and he gives the F5 to Randy Orton. End of SmackDown.
But it wasn't.
Oh no, that's not the end of SmackDown. My bad.
It
I
was
got ahead of
okay,
myself.
But it wasn't as good as Raw.
No.
When
no.
Raw, I mean, when Randy
It was
Orton-
too predictable.
Yeah, you saw Brock and you knew he was going to come in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh well. So then you get Carmella comes out of
whoa,
tag.
whoa, baby!
What happened? What I miss?
You're forgetting about
Slater.
the
Oh yeah, that's right.
Bam, baby! Heath Slater interrupts Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
And Daniel Bryan says if Heath Slater wins next week, he will get a contract. And Heath Slater said, well, who's my opponent, baby? And he gets gored by Rhino.
Gets gored by Rhino. Yeah.
Is Heath Slater
Poor
going to beat
guy.
Rhino? Please tell me yes.
I hope so.
I hope
so. I hope so, man. I really
Please.
do. Please give that man a shot. You know, I mean, if anything, we're gonna have to come up with a freaking petition to keep push Heath Slater or
Push
something.
Heath Slater
man.
petition.
My God. So, all right. So then Carmella, she comes out. Natalia attacks her from behind. Another match that didn't happen with the women's. What's going on? What's going on with the women's division in SmackDown? Jeepers, man. So no match. Nothing. She just puts her in the sharpshooter. That's it. So, I don't know. I don't know. So, main event, Bray Wyatt versus Dolph. The match was okay. The ending, I do have a problem with. Why wasn't Dolph DQ'd for exposing that turnbuckle? Isn't that automatic disqualification when you do that?
I don't know.
Come on, man. That's how it used to be. Because why would Joe had it on the trivia question about George the Animal Steel. When he would do it, he had to hide the fact he was doing it.
Right.
So if he was hiding it, that means it's a big no-no. But then Dolph does it right in front of the ref. Ref's like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. Come on, man. I had a problem with that ending. I had a problem with the ending. And using it on top of that.
Yeah, I had a problem with that. I mean, I wish she would just threw him into the corner because at least you can't say that you deliberately try to do it, even though you're throwing him into the corner. But it's not as big as slamming his head into it.
Yeah.
But Bray Wyatt's rock bottom is God.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is the holy grail right there. I love that move.
Insane, that move.
Yeah, I agree with you with the finish, but I was excited the whole match. I mean, maybe because I'm biased because I love Bray Wyatt and Dolph Ziggler. But I thought it was a decent match. Joe, what do you think?
I love
that match.
I'm a big Bray Wyatt fan, so I thought the action was great, back and forth. The only thing is, I'm kind of sick of seeing this throughout the shows now, is people kicking out of finisher moves.
Yeah.
It's like, that's your finisher.
Yeah.
Maybe once, a
pay-per-view or something.
Yeah. But not,
no, it's
it just makes your finishers look weak.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, Christ, back in the day, freaking superstar Billy Graham, his finishing move was a chop to the throat.
Yeah.
That was it. Or you get Ivan Putski.
Yeah.
His was the hammer to the chest.
Yeah.
That was his finisher.
Yeah.
Dude.
Baron Von Raschke, the heart punch.
The heart punch, yeah.
And he's
Scotty Too Hottie, the worm.
Yeah.
And he did kick out.
And you never kicked out.
Because once they done it, that was it.
Rikishi Stinkface.
I would have had to kick out of that.
Yeah, run to the bathroom. But either way, I mean, Dolph Ziggler ended up winning. But Eric Rowan came out and attacked Ziggler. This whole SmackDown was confusing.
Yeah. But what's more confusing is why did Dean Ambrose make the save for Dolph Ziggler?
That's what I was going to get to. Why? I don't get it. I don't get the SmackDown. This was weird.
Yeah. But the Wyatts stood tall, so maybe they have something planned for them.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Team?
It could be.
Tag team titles?
Could be.
And maybe we'll start seeing Luke Harper around.
He should be. Yeah, actually, he's due back.
He's due back.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think I reported that.
But where is he going? Where is he going?
We don't know.
I would imagine SmackDown to put the three back together.
Yes.
Nah, dude, I bet they're gonna put him in Raw with Braun Strowman.
To fight Braun Strowman.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Him come back as a baby face?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I would like to see it. He can do it.
Yep.
He does have a good following.
And he doesn't need to talk.
Yeah,
he don't.
He just those eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he would have to change his look a little bit.
No. Keep it.
Hey,
That grungy look just reminds me so much of a heel,
It's all right. It's okay.
it's all right. He's just dirty.
All right, so now, yeah, I know, right? All right, so now's the time. Which one was better, SmackDown or Raw this week? Rick, you look confused.
I'm a little confused. I mean, SmackDown, they didn't give us a lot of matches. A lot of matches were canceled. I mean, however, I'm gonna have to go with SmackDown. I was more intrigued. I mean,
SmackDown was better?
I say SmackDown was better. I was more intrigued in the main event than I was for the main event for Raw.
Oh, all right, Joe. What do you think? Which was better, SmackDown or Raw?
I'm gonna have to go with SmackDown.
Wow, really?
Just because the main event was better, like Rick said. I love Bray Wyatt, and the action in the main event was just, I thought was better than what they had on Raw. The only thing I liked about Raw was the Randy Orton thing.
Yeah.
That was the best part.
That's why it made my vote go with Raw, because Rick, you said it. There was 2 matches that didn't happen on SmackDown, both involving the women.
But
The ending was confusing as it was. The main event made no sense.
And
They
2
tried
squash
to.
matches on Raw, Tony.
Yeah, but I'd rather see that than no match at all. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather see that than the Eva Marie faking an injury.
Story development.
Yeah, but no, we don't got time for story development right now. No. And then on top of that to me, SmackDown copied Raw with the whole RKO out of nowhere. Then they tried to do it.
Yeah.
My vote's for Raw.
And you know what? That's good. That's your right as an American citizen. However, this week on Raw versus SmackDown,
So SmackDown gets the win for today, or for this week. So it's tied 1-1 right now, right, Rick?
Yes.
All right. So we'll see what happens next week. All right. So now it's time for our favorite episode, our favorite segment, underrated, overrated. This week we're only picking one wrestler. That's it. Rick, you go first. Joe, and then me.
All right. I'm gonna go with Big E.
Really, Big E. Oh boy, that's a good one. You know what? I'm gonna go with underrated. He was a slow development coming in. He was very, very slow developing. He really didn't talk in the beginning, and now he's comfortable and this and that. As a singles run, I would rather see Big E in a singles run than where he is now as a tag. So I think he's underrated. Joe.
Yeah, underrated. Pretty much the same sentiments as you, Tony. When he first came in with Ziggler there, he was just basically a bodyguard.
Yeah.
He developed himself, as a personality in the New Day, which tremendously helped him out a lot. He's okay on the mic, and, like you say, he's got a good personality now, so, yeah, he's underrated. I think he could go places as a single wrestler. He's got that one good move. What is it called?
Big ended.
Big ended.
Yeah.
So I think there's a pretty cool move, almost like Baron Corbin. So
almost, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you say underrated?
Underrated.
All right. So you got 2 underrated Ricks.
Well, I'm gonna have to say overrated.
You.
Big E Langston, as he was once called when he first started. I mean, he was Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard. He was destroying people.
Yep.
And then when he went on his singles run, why the hell did they put the IC title on him?
Yeah.
He didn't deserve that.
And they put it on him for a long time.
And he was very green. It was like, what's going on with this guy? And then, as in New Day, honestly, I think he's the weakest of the 3.
Really?
I think he's the weakest on the mic. I think he's the weakest in the ring. I think Kofi and Xavier are very close at being at the top of the in-ring performers. Big E, I think it's just too much for him. I don't like it, and you know what? But this is the best place for him because I don't think he can do a singles run again by himself. I don't think that will work for him.
I think right now, yeah, I think he can. Yeah.
Well, I disagree. He is overrated.
Well, you've been outvoted. He is underrated. All right, JoJo, who do you got?
I'm going with one of my favorites of all time from World Championship Wrestling, Kevin Von Erich.
Kevin Von Erich. You know what? You guys are going to hate me. Overrated. The whole Von Erich family is overrated. That's all I'm going to say about it because they are. Everything you think of Texas, Von Erich. No, not really. I don't think of Texas. I don't think of the Von Erichs.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you. I think they're overrated because when I think about Texas, I think of the Texas rattlesnake. Stone Cold. I mean, I've heard a lot about the guys. They were really coming. First of all, unfortunately, a lot of them passed away. And I didn't really get to see much of them. Was one of them the Texas Tornado?
Yeah, Kerry Von Erich.
Yeah.
That was Kerry. But yeah, I didn't really see.
That's what you said, right? Kerry Von Erich?
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin Von Erich.
Yeah. So,
yeah, he's still overrated.
So my experience is from Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado. But yeah, I didn't see much of them. I heard a lot about them. I watched a couple of matches with them. I'm not too impressed by them. I'm gonna have to say overrated.
But it's like I said though, you know, when you think of the Von Erichs, you just think of Texas. That's it. And all their main matches happened in Texas. That's it. Nothing against Texas, but they were popular in Texas. What can I say? You know, and they, like you said, when they tried bringing Kerry Von Erich in as the Hurricane, you know, in WWE or WWF at the time, you know,
The Warrior.
No, he was the
Texas
Tornado. Yeah,
Texas.
I said the Hurricane, but but you know what I'm saying. They tried to bring that momentum in, and that didn't even work. To be honest, it didn't.
No.
So, all right, so you got 2 overrateds. Joe.
Well, I couldn't disagree with you guys more. Out of all the Von Erichs, I mean, there was Mike, there was Kerry, there was Chris, there was Kevin. Kevin was the best of all of them, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever watched some of his highlight reels.
I did.
But have you seen a bigger drop kick in all?
Oh yeah.
I mean, he would barefooted, and he was like the king of the drop kick.
Yeah.
I mean, he would kick your head off even if you're big cast height.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true.
his wrestling skills, he was all over the ring. He was just the best out of the Von Erichs, I thought.
Yeah.
And the only reason why they stayed in Texas because Fritz didn't. I mean, their dad didn't want to promote him anywhere else.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and Kerry did beat Ric Flair in Texas
I
Stadium.
remember that. I saw that match too.
But pretty much like we said, when Kerry got to the WWE, his momentum was already gone.
Oh,
Do you know he was wrestling with one leg?
Really?
Remember he had a motorcycle accident in '92, and he had to amputate his leg.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's a brain freeze fact right there. He was only wrestling with one leg during the WWE career there. But yeah, Kevin Von Erich, I think, is definitely underrated.
Underrated? I thought you said overrated.
I mean, overrated. underrated. Come on, Tony.
All right, so Kevin Von Erich is overrated. All right, so my pick, he is Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura. Take it away, Joe.
Jesse the Body, man. Him and the WWE don't get along these days.
No. He's got his own conspiracy theories going on right now.
I used to watch that show, too.
I love that show.
Yeah, I'm going to say overrated.
Ouch.
I just think he was a superstar Billy Graham knockoff.
Oh, man.
He only had that one move that I like where you burnt your face on the ropes with, across the ropes with your eyes.
Yeah. Good heel move.
Yeah, good heel move, but, I mean, it wasn't that effective on these people, but
No.
I guess it was back then.
No.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of wrestle moves. I did like him on the mic when he was a commentator.
He's very good on the mic.
Yeah.
Very good.
He was a great heel commentator, and I couldn't agree with him. But as a wrestler, no, I think he was overrated.
Wow. All right, Rick.
And you know what? I absolutely agree with you. I mean, I think as a wrestler, he was overrated. As a commentator, I think you got to put him up there. He's like number 2 in heel commentary, man. He was just that good.
Ivan Patuski. He could never say that name right.
The way he messed around with Vince McMahon and dude, this is your boss, and like the way he would just talk to him, it was just amazing. But in the ring, I mean, come on, I mean, it's true. He was a knockoff. I think I was not impressed. Not impressed by him. Overrated.
You know what? I have to disagree with both of you. He's underrated. As a wrestler, are you kidding me?
What did he have?
He didn't care about titles. He didn't care about it. He just wanted to perform as a heel. If he had to be narcissistic, that's what he did, and that was his niche, was being narcissistic. And he got the crowd every single time in the palm of his hands, every time he wrestled. As a commentator, bar none, top 2.
Yes.
Top 2. I'm not going to put him over Bobby the Brain. No way.
No.
But he was a good package for the WWE. They could have done a lot more with him if they would have listened to some of his ideas, too. You know what I'm saying? He knew how to tell a story. He always knew how to tell a story. They never gave him that chance. So that's why I say he is underrated. But I got outvoted, so he's overrated. I beat you to it, Rick. What was you going to say, Rick?
I was going to say exactly that. And you know what? And for our listeners out there, if you agree or disagree, or you have your own opinion on who you think is underrated or overrated, let us know on our Facebook page, on Twitter, on Instagram.
Yep.
Or you can even give us some suggestions on who you would like to hear us talk about on underrated, overrated.
That's right. That's right. And then actually, you know what? I forgot about this too. I forgot to tell you guys that we are going to have a phone number soon. Woo! So that way, if the listeners want to call, they can call and even answer either the Bring It Freeze trivia, or if they got a better joke than Rick's during the week.
All right.
Or if they do have a suggestion on an overrated, underrated, and give their opinions, they can leave a voicemail, or if we're live in the air, you can even be on the air with us. It's going to be pretty cool. Coming soon, probably by next week, I would have to say. So good news. We're climbing up there in the world. All right, so now a segment that we started doing, and I dig this segment, and we're doing it differently this time. So basically what we're doing is the push one, send one to NXT, and fire one. But the 3 that we picked is the 3 from underrated, overrated.
Yes.
So push one, send one to NXT, and fire one. It is Big E, Kevin Von Erich, and Jesse the Body Ventura. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Joe.
Well, we're going to definitely push Kevin Von
Oh,
Erich.
God, man.
We're going to send Jesse the Body back down to NXT.
What?
And we're going to get rid of Big E.
Get rid of Big E.
Bye-bye, Big E.
Oh, man, that's... Oh, God. How could you send a body, Jesse Ventura, back down to NXT?
He needs some more in-ring work.
No, he doesn't.
That
man.
Roper and I thing doesn't work.
Ouch. All right, Rick, go ahead. What do you got?
All right. I'm going to push Kevin Von Erich.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to send Jesse the Body Ventura to NXT, and Big E, you're fired.
Couldn't agree with you more, Rick.
Jeez. Same pick.
Yeah.
I am going to be totally off and totally different from all you guys. All right, so now my push would be for Jesse the Body Ventura. Send back to NXT would have to be Kevin Von Erich and Big E. I'm sorry, you got to go, brother.
Well, at least we're unanimous on that one.
At least, yeah, we got unanimous decision, and it is Big E. You are fired.
Sorry, Big E.
All done. All right, so let's bring in Miguel. Let's wrap up the show.
Okay, here I am.
All right, Miguel, what do you got for us this week?
Did you guys see my show, NXT with MC and a little bit of Cruiserweight? Not because they're little, but just because there's a little bit of Cruiserweight to cover?
Wow, you said it all in one breath?
Yeah, I was trying to cut it. I couldn't do that, but yes, it was very good, very
Yes.
informative.
Love
Loved
the
it.
show. I love the commercial.
I did
Yeah.
too. That commercial was
Great.
Yes, and we're going to have another episode of NXT with MC and a little bit of Cruiserweight, not because they're little, but just because there's a little bit of Cruiserweight to cover this Sunday.
That's right. That's all you got?
I just want to put this out there.
Okay.
On NXT, Bobby Roode, he made his debut.
Yes.
And you know what? I got a lot of nice things to say about it.
All
Make sure
right.
you tune in.
There we go. You just got to tune in.
Good night,
It's on our
everybody.
YouTube page.
That's right. It's on our YouTube page. All right, that's our cue to call it a night.
But wait, guys, I have some news.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ooh, news.
Guys,
Go ahead.
trendybutler.com. We're going to be working with them starting next week. We're going to tell you all about them next week. You're going to find out more. All I got to say is, do you guys like shopping for clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But do you like going to the stores and shopping?
No.
No.
Nobody
I know.
likes doing that.
No.
So Trendy Butler makes it easier to shop for clothes, and we'll tell
Sweet.
you more about it next week.
Awesome.
Great.
That is awesome.
Can't wait.
Sweet. So you'll have the details on that, Rick.
Yes, sir.
All righty.
Good night, everybody.
Is that you got more, Rick? Oh, all right, so that's our cue to call it a show. It was an awesome show. Thank you all for tuning in. The people in UK, we didn't forget about you guys, and of
Right.
course, the people back in the States. Comment more, please. answer any questions that you got. So that is the show for today. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with
The Iceman JoJo.
and the third wheel
Rick Serrano Booker.
and our intern.
Adios.
Love, peace, and hair grease. We will see you next week.